Did you know that over 70 people are moving to Raleigh, North Carolina every day? Let's talk about why. Hey, I'm Marti Hampton. Raleigh has been my home for over 30 years. As a single mom, I raised my family here and I've witnessed the city's growth firsthand. Raleigh's transformation over time has been astounding, from the revitalized downtown areas to the tech boom in Research Triangle Park. If you're eyeing Raleigh as your next home, you're not alone. The City of Oaks ranks number 7 as the most searched destination for people looking to move, according to the new report by WRAL. So if you're wondering what Raleigh looks and feels like to locals, well, I'm here to tell you all about it. And we'll cover some of my local picks, like the best hidden gems for barbecue, the real story behind our famous oak trees, and how the city truly comes alive during college basketball season. So grab a sweet tea or other refreshment and let's get started. Let's look at the pros and cons of living in Raleigh, North Carolina. Well, the number one pro has got to be the job market. Raleigh's job market is soaring, and it often ranks as one of the hottest job markets in the country. The Wall Street Journal just published a study placing Raleigh number 5 in the nation. So our local workforce stands out as one of the most educated and skilled in the country, with almost half of the population holding at least a college degree. Raleigh is particularly vibrant when it comes to the IT sector, offering plenty of opportunities for wealth building and career development, with over 45% of companies with degree requirements plan to eliminate them for some positions in 2024. And 55 of them said they eliminated degree requirements for some positions in 2023. So education is essential, but there's loads of opportunity in our workforce, and it's competitive. We are seeing a shift to skills-based hiring in 2024, and that means so many more opportunities for people who didn't attend or finish college but have the work experience, and I'm excited about that. And if you're someone that wants a side hustle, this is the place. The gig economy thrives in the Raleigh area, offering opportunities with DoorDash, Uber, Rover, Postmates, GoPuff, and so many more. This city is also a hot spot for tech professionals, healthcare experts, and educators alike. Its tech scene is brimming with energy thanks to a booming startup culture and the presence of industry giants like Apple, Amazon, Cisco in Research Triangle Park. Raleigh has become a sanctuary for tech lovers, educators, and healthcare professionals. Let's cover a few of the downsides of our area. The number one downside would have to be the cost of living. The cost of living here can be a bit of a shock for some, mainly the locals. A few years ago, an apartment that may have cost just under $1,300 a month is now around $1,800 a month. But it really depends on your perspective, because Raleigh is relatively affordable compared to the national average, especially for a tech hub. While Raleigh offers a lot of value for your buck, it's important to note that as a city grows, so do the prices, and our cost of living is going up faster than the wages. That's the reality of our economy. It's happening everywhere. And in Raleigh, everything from housing to groceries can be pricier than in other southern cities. And it's not just the rent or the mortgage, the utility bills, the property taxes, the vet care, and even a night out on the town can add up. And it's all a trade-off. This vibrant city life and the amenities comes at a cost. And there are also ways to mitigate the price while enjoying all of the perks of our area. You can look at suburbs around Raleigh that are more affordable, like Clayton or Garner. It's not too far away to drive to many less expensive areas. So Raleigh offers an excellent quality of life, and many find living here well worth it to experience the perks. Plus the strong job market, especially in the tech and research sectors, and a thriving gig economy, many folks find that they can balance the scales just be sure to budget wisely. Cancel some of those subscription services you're not even using. A little thriftiness goes a long way. You know, we have plenty of newly priced and affordable properties on the market. And if you're looking to move here, you can click on the link below to contact our team and let us know your budget, and we'll find just the right home for you. Let me tell you about another downside of Raleigh. It's the transportation and the traffic. You know, navigating Raleigh's streets can be a challenge, especially for those who are accustomed to a swift pace of a larger city. Unlike New York, with its compact design, Raleigh's downtown and North Hills are the only really urban, walkable areas. And the rest of the town is a bit spread out, so you'll need a car. And this isn't surprising given Raleigh's growth into a more extensive metropolitan area. Living outside downtown means you'll need your own set of wheels. Public transport does exist in the form of buses, but the number of convenient stops is limited compared to what you're going to find in a major city. And this is an area that needs improvement in our area, and as a result, most people end up depending on their cars. So this, of course, leads to those rush hour traffic jams that move at a snail's pace. But it's not a hopeless situation though, and Raleigh is making efforts. So if you check out our Instagram page, we just posted a reel of a few huge upcoming developments that will transform our city. So make sure you give us a follow. But for the time being, it's wise to strategize your travel times to dodge the worst traffic or to think about carpooling. And hey, a bit of extra time stuck in the traffic might be just the perfect opportunity to get into your great podcast or dive into some audiobooks. Another pro of living in Raleigh is the healthcare system. Let me remind you about Raleigh and its healthcare. It's special. You know, imagine having Duke University Hospital and UNC Rex Healthcare, two of the finest medical institutions in the country, right in your neighborhood. Duke University isn't just top ranked in our region, it's #1 in North Carolina. But what truly sets Raleigh apart isn't just the presence of these outstanding hospitals. The real game changer here is the increased accessibility to healthcare. Thanks to recent legislative efforts, Medicaid has been expanded in North Carolina, and this means nearly $2.6 billion is funneled into the hospitals that treat Medicaid patients, broadening healthcare access for more people. The additional pillars of healthcare in Raleigh are UNC Health and Wake Med Health and Hospitals. You know, they boast extensive facilities and specialists in various fields, ensuring comprehensive care. You know, in Raleigh, healthcare is commitment to the well-being of the whole community. So a pro for our community is also the education and learning opportunities. We're in the heart of the famous Research Triangle Park, surrounded by some of the nation's finest universities like Duke, UNC Chapel Hill, and NC State. It isn't just good news for college folks, it means our local schools are top-notch too. You know, in Raleigh, we take pride in our schools, where our kids get the best education from passionate teachers and exciting programs. In Raleigh, we have award-winning schools and teachers, Montessori schools, charter schools, magnet schools, and public and private schools. And the learning doesn't stop at the school gates. Raleigh is rich with museums that are free to attend, like the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences and the North Carolina Museum of Art, where families can get a hands-on taste of science and art. Our area has plenty of libraries and community centers, so perfect for all ages. If you're looking for a place where education is essential, Raleigh's just the spot you might be looking for. And another benefit of Raleigh is nature. Raleigh is like stepping into a big, beautiful backyard filled with greenways, gardens, and parks. You know, there's something about Raleigh that just makes you want to lace up your hiking boots or grab your bike. With over 180 miles of trails, our greenways are a dream for folks who love the outdoors. Raleigh has been called the city in the park. And if you visit here in April, you won't be able to resist us. Take a little trip to Umstead State Park between Raleigh, Cary, and Durham. It's a slice of heaven for those who love the smell of fresh pine and the sound of crunching leaves underfoot. The company Mill Trail is a favorite. with a 5.8-mile loop that's perfect for a family hike or a quiet walk to clear your mind. And if you got a soft spot for blooms and greenery, the Arboretum will surely charm you. Off of its 5,000 plant varieties, it's like living in a painting. Now for tranquility in the city, Dorothea Dix Park is the place to be. It's a green sanctuary right in the hustle and bustle of Raleigh, and it's perfect for picnics, kite flying, or just lounging around on a sunny day. And let me tell you about Lake Johnson. It's where you can kayak, stroll around, or just sit and let the world go by. It's the perfect place if you're looking to unwind and soak in some nature. And don't forget to check out Raleigh's Rose Garden, a delightful spot open all year round that won't cost you a dime. You know, Raleigh isn't just about what's in the city though. The Triangle cities, Durham, Chapel Hill, others have their own culture, and it's easy to take advantage of the best of those cities without living here. You know, another one of my favorite things about Raleigh is that it's centrally located, and that means we're perfectly placed for day trips and little getaways. Fancy a hike on the Mountain to Sea Trail, a day at the beach, or maybe a weekend to the big city like Atlanta or Washington, D.C. You know, Raleigh's your starting point for all sorts of adventures. But what gives Raleigh its unique character is its lush oak canopies, earning it the nickname the City of Oaks. These majestic trees line the streets and the parks, adding to the city's natural beauty and charm. Raleigh blends city living with the love of nature. And it's a place where the charm of the South meets the beauty of the great outdoors, making it an ideal spot for those who love a bit of both. Another pro of our area is the food scene. You know, Raleigh is quickly becoming the go-to spot for foodies like me. Since 2004, our food scene has been blossoming and growing strong. We're giving those other big southern cities a run for their money, if you know where to go, and I'm here to tell you where you can find great food. So we're discussing a culinary scene that can stand toe-to-toe with Charleston and Nashville. Whether you're into Greek, Italian, Indian, Mexican, vegetarian, or your food of choice, Raleigh has a table and a to-go order just for you. So I promise our breweries and bakeries are worth the calories for those who thirst for a craft brew or those craving a sweet treat. Now let's get to the heart of Southern cooking, and that of course is barbecue. So it's critical here, so listen closely. There are 4 regional styles of barbecue in this country: Texas, Kansas City, Memphis, and Carolina. And these regions all use different meats and sauces. The Carolina barbecue style has 2 camps, north and south. And in North Carolina, the pork is typically brushed with a spice and vinegar. And then to get even more complicated, there are 2 barbecue camps within North Carolina, Eastern and Lexington, also called Piedmont style. You know, everyone has an opinion on barbecue in our state, but the North Carolina Barbecue Society says that whether it is Eastern or Lexington, barbecue must be cooked on wood. So that filters out a lot of places around here. And yes, we're just as passionate about our barbecue as we are about college sports teams. So if you want a great barbecue, I recommend you head on down to The Pit on Davie Street in downtown Raleigh. And do not go to a drive-thru if you wish for an authentic barbecue. Additional barbecue spots around here are Barbecue Lab in North Hills, Sam Jones, and Longleaf Swine downtown. So Raleigh has plenty of international cuisine as well. And for a taste of something truly special, I recommend Rosewater Kitchen and Bar in North Hills. Rosewater is like stepping into a European-inspired garden party. And from its menu to the garden party ambiance, Rosewater offers an experience that is both unique and deeply rooted in Raleigh's evolving food landscape. So check out some of the other restaurants like Kippo's in Chapel Hill, Wilmington, Van Rouge in Durham, and East End Bistro in Raleigh's up-and-coming East End. You know, I'm well-traveled, and I'll tell you, I've had some of my most favorite, most delicious meals here in Raleigh. Another favorite of mine is Crawford & Son in the downtown Peace Street area. So others would, but I will not call housing a con in our area. But the housing market in Raleigh can be tricky. And as Raleigh's allure grows, so does the demand for housing, driving up the prices. In October 2023, there was a notable 4.7% increase in homes prices compared to the previous year, with the median home price hovering around $411. Properties here also sell rapidly, typically staying on the market for only about 36 days. So if you're eyeing single-family homes, brace for a competitive market. These homes are averaging prices above $600,000, and while price growth is slowing, it's still expected to increase in 2024. The appreciation rate might drop from 17% in 22 to about 12% in 23, and yet it remains significantly above the usual annual increase of around 5.5%. So a key factor influencing the market is the dwindling number of homes for sale. And while finding the ideal home in Raleigh might seem daunting, due to the high demand and prices, the market offers valuable opportunities for investment and growth. A con I've heard says Raleigh lacks the traditional Southern charm. With all the modern buildings and the hustle and the bustle, it's true. Raleigh's not your sleepy little Southern town anymore. It's a buzzing city with energy and a lot of growth. You might not find as many antebellum homes or as much of that laid-back porch-sitting lifestyle, but here's a little secret. Raleigh's charm is different, not absent. Our city is rich in history, from historic Oakwood to the state capitol building, and it's filled with warm, welcoming people. You know, Southern hospitality and that laid-back Southern lifestyle just aren't as prevalent because there are so many people from different backgrounds and cultures moving here. So being a melting pot has added so much flavor to Raleigh, including the food scene that we just talked about earlier. So while it might not be your traditional Southern city, Raleigh's charm is here, so you just need to know where to look for it. You know, another con I've heard occasionally says, some people say Raleigh is dull. It's a bit on the quieter side, I must admit, even a bit boring, you know, I've heard that. But Raleigh's more casual and socializing and enjoying laid-back activities than the wild nightlife, especially if you compare it to bigger, flashier cities. So we may not have the non-stop hustle bustle of New York or Los Angeles, but it's not boring. You know, it's far from it. Sports fans have plenty to cheer about, from the intense basketball rivalry between North Carolina Tar Heels and the Duke Blue Devils, to the competitive spirit of the Carolina Panthers, a thriving NASCAR event. Moreover, Raleigh is a vibrant hub for arts and culture and venues such as the Red Hat Amphitheater and North Carolina Museum of Art. It's always a buzz with activity. Adding to our city's appeal are some of the best rated rooftop bars such as Durham Hotel, which offers stunning views of the city skyline, and trendy Taverna Agora, known for its Greek-inspired ambience and cocktails. You know, these spots provide a perfect setting for those looking to enjoy a laid-back evening with a panoramic view of Raleigh. And while it may lack the restlessness pace of a larger city, Raleigh provides a balanced and fulfilling lifestyle that you may find right. So there you have it, folks. Raleigh in 2024 is a city of opportunity, diversity, and natural beauty. Whether you're ready to buy or just want to learn a bit more about Raleigh from one of our experienced agents, we've got you covered. Fill out our form linked in the description below and we'll be in touch. We hope to see you soon in the City of the Oaks.